Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) says it has launched an investigation in collaboration with the International Criminal Police Organization Interpol and other international partners into the alleged fraud perpetrated by a digital investment platform, CryptoBank exchange, otherwise known as Cbex. Cbex, which crashed on Monday, reportedly led to the loss of 1.3 trillion naira belonging to Nigerian investors, even as several videos online showed some Nigerians raising the alarm over the loss of their funds to the scheme. There were signs that the platform had crashed since Friday when it postponed investors withdrawals, but Cbex operators later emerged and gave investors the lifeline of $2,000 for $200 verification and $1,000 for $100 verification, with an assurance that withdrawal would resume on Monday, April 14, 2025. This is the latest scheme in a series that Nigerians would fall victim to in the last 10 years, with people disastrous of doubling their savings, losing billions of naira despite repeated warnings from the regulatory authorities against investing in Ponzi schemes. The EFCC spokesperson, Dele Oyewale, in an interview, said the agency had received calls from different quarters over the incident and was already tracking the digital trading platform. He explained further that the Investment and Security Act, otherwise known as ISA 2025, was a very important, well-conceived and responsive act of the government aimed at checking illegal investment schemes. He said according to the act, it is criminal to engage in any digital trading activity without being licensed and complying with all the extant laws, as any forms of exchange or business engagements must conform to the provisions of the act. I think it's more than 10 of these Ponzi schemes that Nigerians have fallen victims of. And I don't know if it's MMM or MMA situation. And I personally, I don't want to say personally, I know of someone that literally invested, he actually sold his lands, used like most of his assets to invest in that in that MMM Ponzi scheme. And there was a time in the news of one particular gentleman that committed suicide. He hung himself. He left a note. I don't know if the news was visible to any of you at the time of the MMM situation, that he could not withstand disappointing his family because he has literally invested his savings into this Ponzi scheme. And Nigerians keep falling victims of this Ponzi schemes as the day passes. I'm sure that when the next one comes, most people will still want to invest into it. Well, the AFCC coming to say that they will launch with Interpol to nab perpetrators. Maybe I have to hear from you, Mr. Frank, first, because this is what I'm using to you. Is there a possibility that this will work?
Was EFCC in this country when MM crashed? See, sometimes we just heighten the hopes of Nigerians. When we know that nothing will happen. From what I these are foreign body who were luring Nigerians. Initially, those who got the money. Yes. You know, it's like a trap. It's a trap to bring more people in. So initially, those who did it, got the money. They got the money, and so they went spreading the news to people, having more customers.
True.
And they keep doing. You know, it's like a pyramid. They are watching. Last month it was only 2 billion, and they were giving the money out, and they will go. This month 10 billion. They were timing. They are timing when they will strike. So by the time, like I think you say 1 trillion. By the time you have closed, like you said, it crashed away. It's a deliberate attempt to get the money from people. It's a fraudulent activity. But how will you give $1,000 and you're giving what? Another $1,000 in a space of maybe minutes? So it's not in a day.
You pay $100 to get $1,000.
That's it. As you pay, you be timing. They are also doing the drama or the dribbling to dribble others in and get and give to you. They get and give to you, get and give to the other person. So by the time they know that the thing has climbed up, you can't get them again. So for me, I wonder how EFCC will now even tell us because you are going to involve Interpol to get back the money. One money that you know, but this people that their website has crashed. Like what I have told that the one who did the MMM was erosion. I think that died few years ago. The possibility of getting back this money is what I don't know how Efcc in this country will now move out with Interpol, because maybe as you mentioned Interpol, I will now relax my mind. For me, I don't think it will happen. Even if not everybody cannot get this money back. Everybody, some will get it. If Efcc will make me feel, let me just give a plus to them. Some may get the money, some will not get. But Nigerians will be very careful. You see, this is the country that sometimes we are carried away by foreign things, by quick, oh, money. We need to be very careful in the way we go after quick money. It's a good thing, if you're able to get into some problems. But mind you, what is sweet, my people say what is sweet sometimes leads to destruction. We have to be very careful. But again, too, it's the way that our economy is running. I listen to somebody. Are you aware that if you go outside this country and you are doing something, you get, if you have employment in America now, you get the house. Are you aware?
Yes.
You get the house. But here in this country, as a civil servant or a company worker working, what you need is to look for any way you can get money to go and buy land, buy custom materials to build your own house, which ought not to be so. Today, our government is not doing that. If anybody working in government or working in any place that are paying him or her salary can have this mortgage and be giving, like what Rivers State government was building, is it 20,000 estates, 20,000 housing estate? I don't know this level now when it came in. Ordinarily, that house, some Nigerians can afford to get it as far as you are working.
And pay.
Yes, so far as you are working, because you pay it, even if you are going to stay, but like in America, you can for 25 years, you keep paying. But yeah, in a space of 1 month, you are asked to pay everything. It's not even 1 month, sef. So which means what is happening that it has led to Nigerians being desperate when they see a quick way to make money. Bring 1,000, you get 20,000. Bring 20,000, you get 50,000. I need a house, and we have estate promo going on. If you buy one, if you pay this, you get that. And then you'll be desperate, and that's what people are now using to hold Nigerians to ransom, which ought not to be, because our economy, our system has made this thing to flourish. You cannot just go to some countries in the world and do this thing. You will not see customers.
True.
But they know it's problem. But our system is that possible. Cash and carry, so that you go home and relax.
Thank you.
So I just pray we need to also create awareness on this Ponzi scheme that has become a threat to our economy, to our livelihood. But so some people will commit suicide. We're in the period of Easter that we need to get chicken and eat rice, and you are now handicapped. No money. The money you were able to save has gone.
Let me hear from Barrister Okoro, please. What do you make of this? What's your thoughts concerning this, please? Do the EFCC have the possibility of recovering more? Some, like he stated, that there's no possibility that 100% there will be 100% recovery of those funds. Do the EFCC have the possibility of recovering these funds for these victims of the Ponzi scheme?
There is that possibility that they will get to the owners of this scheme.
Okay.
But the distribution of those funds, with Interpol, there is that possibility. They can get, in fact, they have come out to confess. The owners of that thing they have come out to make some statements, trying to assuage Nigerians that they will get their funds, trying to talk one or two things. But just like he mentioned, the possibility of every investor getting back his or her fund is very doubtful. I doubt that. But my question, let's look at the root cause of some of these desperations. The economy is very bad and battered. That is why you see Nigerians being so desperate. A little bit, they fall into it, So it's like this get rich quick syndrome will not stop for now, because the politicians have decided to covet, to carry, to take over the Commonwealth. You see, it's a very terrible thing to be a worker in this country. Whether you are a security personnel and a soldier, police, when you retire, you go back to square one. You are a teacher who is producing medical doctors and all the rest. When you retire, you go back to square. To even pay you the pension becomes a problem. Medical doctors, the same thing. You know, if you are not very smart in this country, you end up working and going home empty. That is why people, at every slightest opportunity, they want to strike and utilize it. Then trust fund, public fund in your hand, association fund, organizational fund in your hand, company fund. You are ready to take the risk of diverting that fund and to damn the... Of course, when you have money, you will buy judgment, you even buy the security personnel to yourself. When they come to arrest you, you give them money, they release you. You go to court, you bribe all the bribable persons and all the rest. There are those who know how to do those things. So what am I talking about? People, because of the shattered and battered, condition of the economy in Nigeria, people want to do, take risk, uncertainties, jump into it. Nigerians will not still learn any lesson. These people, probably by now, they'll be coming up with another scheme. By the time they launch it, you see Nigerians entering into that one. I saw a particular woman who was crying that she lost, 40 or 45 million. A lady, a young woman of not even up to 40. She lost, So the economy is bad. Fix the economy first. Have you ever heard about this type of things in US or UK? You have not heard. Let me not say it's not. I've not heard. I've not heard about this type of things going on in Europe. They will always bring it down here because here is poverty center of the world. Nigeria and Africa in particular. In general, rather. We are poverty center of the world. So some of these things, you bring it down here for us. Put 1 naira, you get 1 million. You say, you try, you get, you go and, just like my brother said, you go and invite the entire community. But I never heard about this Cbex. Until it crashed. Yes. It means that, but don't be surprised that some of your neighbors' money is there. They won't tell you. They want to make it so that by the time they begin to shine, you say, if I investigate now, see that I have some friends or relatives whose money is there. But they didn't want to tell me. They want to go and make it. That's the thing. You will even find out that some of your friends invested money in this thing. That's how it works. So Nigerians, we are not going to learn any lesson. It's not possible. Because the poverty that is ravaging us is so much that it blinds our reasoning. Our thinking faculty is distorted. So that's just a fact.
Thank you.